Hey Jay, here we got a really cool project bike build. It's an amazing looking bike. That's it for Dirt Bike Magazine. As you can see, KTM 250 with a 270 kit. Jamie at Twisted did the engine. He went all out. He did the head on this thing for the big bore. So he was able to, for the Cylinder Works big bore, open up the head and make it specifically for it. And then he cut the seats, mapped it, and it's got the stock cams and valve train, so it's still going to be good and reliable. This thing makes about 9 more horsepower than stock. So he went through the entire engine there. We've got the full Henson clutch set up in there with it's a rubber cushion design to be a lot easier on the transmission. Got the full FMF exhaust. Factory Connection went through the suspension on this for us. We've liked some of their stuff they've done for us on these new Aer Forks. So this is a 17, 18 bike. These bikes pretty much the same for 19, just they got the updated frame and chassis for 19, but the motor is the same, so you can do these same type of upgrades to your bike there. We have the Tusk wheels, got our Dunlop MX33 tires, super sprocket, all of our works connection bits. We got the KTM frame guards. While we had the engine out, we went ahead and powder coated the frame with San Diego powder coating. So this thing's just a full-on looking race bike thing here. Scar foot pegs. And all of our plastic around this thing's Polysport, all orange with a black rear section. Moto seat made a seat cover to match. And as you can see, this thing just looks amazing. So you can look for this full story with Dirt Bike Magazine, in the magazine and online. So really cool bike. These things are just our favorite moto bike. I really enjoy these things. I guess if it was my own money, you go, well, why would you spend so much money on a 250? Because they're pretty dang fun. I would probably lean towards most guys buying a 350 SXF compared to this, but this is really fun. So, really fun build. Check it out in Dirt Bike Magazine. Okay, so we really enjoyed this KTM 270 build. So we figured, why not do another one? We picked up a good deal on a Husqvarna 250 2018 model that we were able to fix up for Racer X. David Pingree got to ride it at the test out at Kuya. Just an amazing bike. Again, we had Twisted do it. This one came out just a tiny bit better. Just a few things we liked about it better. We got a little bit more updated suspension settings from Factory Connection. They do a great job on the Aer Fork from KTM and Husqvarna. We would still rather probably have a good spring fork like what the Yamaha and older Hondas came with. Those types of spring forks we would probably rather have. But we really enjoyed it. And then Jamie at Twisted, he ports the head, like we said, to match the big bore cylinder from Cylinder Works. And it came out amazing. And as you can see here, riding at Kuya, we got Spencer riding the KTM version, and I'm on the Husky version. That jump, actually, we do that jump now. Back then, it wasn't quite as doable. Really fun track that we enjoy, and both these bikes make about 9 to 10 more horsepower than stock, as we've said, and just a blast to ride. And I've gone back and forth with toying with the idea of riding a 350 a little bit more. I really like the 350 as a bike, and I think the 350, whether it's an XCF or SXF, is a better bike for the money because you can use it as is. You don't need to modify it. Where the 250, for a lot of guys, you're going to want to modify it. The modified 250 steel feels better because it's lighter. It doesn't vibrate as much as a 350 or the 450. They will vibrate more than these built 250s do. So don't forget that these bikes do vibrate less. A lot less. And so if you don't have the money or the ability to modify your 250, then again a 350 is a good option. But when I ride the 350, I just feel like it's a little bit more bike than I would probably like to have. Even though I like it, it's a good bike all around. I feel more comfortable on the 250 on the track. I'm probably going to start riding a 350 a little bit more. Just because I can, have access to them, get a loaner one to use, but I think I still enjoy the 250 the most. The type of power that it makes, you feel a lot safer being able to ride at the extent of your limits, which makes it really fun. And that's why I think I really enjoy it that much more than I would a 350 or of course a 450. So as you can see, we get to do everything, clear everything on this track that we'd like to. And again, and so I think Spencer even prefers to ride a 250 big bore like this than a larger bike. So really fun build, and we got a ton of time on both these bikes now and really enjoy them. Hopefully you guys can put something together that you enjoy like this. Similarly, we got to put a bunch of time on them this winter. In California, we had a lot of rain, able to cut in some hill tracks, and they're just a blast anywhere. And out in the hill tracks that we have, just been a great place to go do that. So on any track, whatever style it is, it's really beneficial. As you can see here, Spencer, now he doesn't have to go as slow to keep me in a camera frame. So it does pick up a little bit of speed here with him riding without having to follow me. So he's probably, I don't know how many seconds, but on this track it takes him 17 to 18 minutes to lap me, something like that. So gives you a bit of an idea what it takes. But these bikes, the durability seems really good. We don't seem to have any issues. There's a few quirky things, but for the most part, we're getting very familiar with KTMs, Husqvarnas. Of course, years ago, I never would have thought I would own any KTM or Husqvarnas. Now I own quite a few, and I think it's a good. They're good bikes that can, be used for a lot of different types of use. Especially the 350 XCF. We've talked about it could be used for moto, like this track right here, and then really good for obviously on the trails as well. So it's a good combo bike. So that jump that Spencer just went over there. It would take a really fast guy on a 250 to commit to doing that jump, and most guys jump it on a 450. Now, my opinion is guys go, hey, I want a 450 or a 350 so I can clear the jumps better or whatever. My opinion is if you can't jump them on a 250, then you probably shouldn't be jumping them if your skill set doesn't allow for that. So the 250s are really fun. It helps you. For us, one of the things we really enjoy about it is doing longer motos. Now, we don't race per se, so that's a big advantage for us. We're not worried about getting the whole shot anywhere, just out there having fun. So these bikes have been a blast, and you can't go wrong with that Cylinder Works Big Bore kit, however you go about doing it.